Hello, welcome to Java development course. This is the section of concurrency. We're going to create threads implementing the Runnable interface. This is another way of creating threads in Java. Don't forget our Instagram and follow the YouTube channel also. Let's go to the next slide where we say, welcome to the class, threads implementing the Runnable interface. My IDE is right now opening. I'm giving you time to open your IDE also. How long does it take to open? Mine takes something about 15 seconds when my CPU is working fine. Okay, I think you have already your environment, so now we can work. The way of creating threads, we've seen just two of them. Now we're going to see here in practice implementing the Runnable interface. Implementing the Runnable interface, we have a big advantage. Guess what? When we extend a class, how we have done previously, we can't extend any more class. But when we talk about implementing interface, we can implement more than one interface in a class. The advantage that you have here is that you can have a class that extends another class and make that class become a thread by implementing the interface Runnable, overriding the method run that's inside that interface. Let's see how we perform that. Let me create here a new class that's going to implement the Runnable interface. Okay, I'm going to call this thread. This is going to be a thread from Runnable interface. From the Runnable interface. Okay, now let's just implement the Runnable interface. Okay, you see these red lines. Interface is a contract, so we must, it's an obligation, implement the methods from our interface, all of them, or we declare as abstract. Okay, implement run. Here is where our content goes. It's pretty much the same thing. What we're going to write is system out hello, our usual text, developer. This is from the overwritten run method from the Runnable implementation. Here we have. Let's go to our main and write our code logic here. Now we're inside of our main. How we're going to start our thread? We have to create an instance from the thread class and pass to the constructor a new instance of our thread that implements the Runnable interface. Easy like that. So thread, we're going to call this thread from Runnable interface equals to new is a thread, and we're going to pass new thread from thread. Oh, I've written TRE, not thread, but that's that. Okay, let me change the class name here. Thread from Runnable interface refactor. It's already here. New thread from Runnable interface. Then what we have to do is start the thread. That's what we have to do. Let's just build our project and wait for the output. Charam, hello developer, this is from the overwritten run from the Runnable implementation. If I write here run, first it's not going to be a thread, it's going to be just this method running inside of our main thread, not inside of its own thread. Don't do this. You're not working with threads if you make this. Start. Another thing that we can do here, and I want to show you, is that we can create an anonymous class from that implements the Runnable interface. Let me just copy this info right here. Place here. Thread from Runnable interface, and I'm going to comment, just give it a block level comment. Okay, and here I'm going to open this block here and override method. Which method? Run again. So it's an anonymous class that implements runnable interface. System out, and here I'm just going to copy a bit of this text and say here anonymously, so that we know it comes from the runnable interface implementation. Let's run it and see the output. Most part of the developers create threads implementing the runnable interface because it's more practical. It also allows them to just extend another class if they need. You will pretty much see implementations of threads implementing the runnable interface. Thanks for watching this part of this video, and let's move into the next lesson. But please do not forget to follow us, subscribe, and give us the feedback.